On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, hopefully we finish the SVX. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and today we are here with my 1994 Subaru SVX, the loaded SVX. Zach borrowed it for a bit, and the window came off the regulator and fell into the door. So right now the window is clear vinyl. Luckily, it's not lifting any paint or anything like that, so I was okay with it, and it's definitely keeping the water out, which is pretty cool as well. But we've got brand new window regulators from J&J Auto Wrecking, link in the description below. They hooked it up for this thing. We've got both sides window regulators. We've got switches for the driver's side because one switch was bad, and we've got new trunk struts. I think they sent the radio trim as well. I haven't actually looked in the box yet. That's what I asked for, and they said it was all there. So I need to look in the box, and then I need to get in there, and whoever took the radio out, cut all the wires, of course, because people do that for some reason. And to the people that do that, you are the scourge of all car enthusiasts throughout the world. Do not cut factory radio harnesses out of cars unless, like, the connector does not exist. If it doesn't exist, leave the aftermarket radio connector, because Pioneer's Pioneer and Sony's Sony, and it's all really easy at the end of the day. So I have to get a wiring diagram. I did find the colors. I think I've got it open in a tab. I need to go in there and solder the Pioneer harness into the factory harness, and we're gonna make it all work. But it's gonna take a lot of time, so we're gonna start with the windows, switches, things like that. And if I still have time tonight, I'll get in there and do some surgery with the soldering iron, and we will make it good as new, all heat shrinked in and soldered in. It'll be beautiful. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get to it. Kind of cool. Man, this car runs well for something that hasn't been started in 2 or 3 weeks. I love the SVX. What's up, Zach?
Hey there, partner.
Out here at the wrap shop.
Wrap shop 101.
Well, Zach's an old body shop man, so he's the king of door panels. So this seemed like the ideal place to work on the SVX.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Using my skills.
Just volunteered you. So I was reading the comments from yesterday on the Saturn Iron video, and apparently the Watch GRMO thing is blowing up. So I'm here at Zach's. He's on the tractor. There's my quad. That's coming up. We're gonna do some cool stuff with the quad. I didn't realize, but we're racing! Our box of goodies from J&J Auto Wrecking. Got a knife? Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I probably don't need that much of it. Okay, so we got window regulators. This looks like switches to me. Brand new switch. I mean, they're used, but man, those are in wonderful condition. Look at the auto lettering. Oh, the auto clicks there. That's awesome. All right, super excited about that. That's nice. And let's see. Here we have trunk struts. I'm glad they sent these because they're kind of a nightmare. They don't just pop on and off easily. Well, let's put these on because you know I'm all about doing the easiest part first, and you feel really accomplished.
Yep.
And then we can move on to the window regulators. And we've got good window regulators! And they're cable drive, which is the best. That means they shouldn't be a nightmare to install. So we're gonna start with the trunk. It's obviously the most fun, and the part where you can instantly see an improvement. What do we need, a 12? This is strangely a really heavy trunk lid, and these struts are done. They actually kind of fight you when you're trying to open the trunk instead of lifting it, so. She's staying up. Okay, one out. Oh, look, there's plastic gaskets. These are directional, and you do have to get them right to make this happen. Okay, let's see if one side's better. Well, it stops.
Getting there.
Yeah. All right, on to the next one here.
Yay.
Sweet, trunk struts installed. On to the door panels. Oh, that shuts nicely. First, we have to do the fun part, which is getting the wrap
Hold on.
back off the door here.
You're supposed to follow my rhythm.
Oh,
Good job, dude.
we're starting a band.
We rock.
Awesome.
Little adhesive.
Yeah, a little adhesive.
Well, the reason why it got put on,
Because the window fell in the door.
that, but the storm that was rolling through.
Oh yeah, there was a storm coming and you had to seal it up.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
had no room in the garage.
we've got 2 Phillips screws right here. These ones are buried in there.
Oh, jeez. Like all the way out already.
Yeah, they were like out. These ones were basically completely out. Look at that. And then there's one more right here. It looks like there's a little cover that was missing. And let's see, is there anything else? I bet that's it. Hey, that's a lot easier than I thought. Look at that, none of the clips
Wow.
are broke.
No, the way that they did their lights, it's just over
Oh,
there.
that's
instead of
nice.
in the door.
Nice.
Very nice. Definitely tell this has been.
Yeah, this has been apart a few
before.
times. Oh, look at the speaker cones. I was gonna just throw a head unit in it, but it might need a speaker. There's no surround. Hop in here with me, Zach. We got 3 Phillips screws right here.
You want to do that on the bench?
It actually looks like, oh, this one's been repaired though. I'm kind of worried about this repair. This is the old really toast. What on earth? Like all of these switches. First, that one didn't work at all, the passenger one. And, like it's just falling apart. Look at this. Somebody like JB welded a custom built tab on there because the tabs broke off. I mean, it's
nice.
yeah, they did it right. I'm not upset about it, but it's so broken. Like, look what holds in these switches, right? There's like metal clips holding in the switches, and this one, everything works perfectly. It's super nice. Subaru SVX parts are really hard to acquire for the most part, so I do understand repairing these things, but when the repair doesn't work, you gotta do something. It's also cool that this is 100% Phillips screws. Usually you don't run into that. It would have like 15 different fasteners. Not on the SVX. Zach grabbed his old stock speakers, which are out of what year? 08?
2008.
2008 Subaru, and it looks like the holes line up exactly, which is insane. So we're gonna pull this off real fast. Obviously the depth is completely wrong, but we do have like a Sawzall. Here I am complaining about someone else's fab work and then saying like, we could do some fab work too. Yeah, the connectors are definitely different, but they don't. They're so close. Man, too bad.
Easy enough to fix.
You know, I honestly wouldn't mind sending some self-tapping screws in there because they are just speakers, and then we could trim this back until the depth lines up.
Got it?
Yeah. Oh, okay, you're in. Now if you can cut with a normal angle now.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, kind of broke it.
Yeah, it snapped right out. Super custom Subaru speakers. Hey.
Do not try this at home.
2008 Subaru speakers going in the 1994 SVX. There's our connectors are on there. We had to use some quick crimp connectors. They're not butt splices or anything. They're just spade terminals. 2 tiny little holes pre-drilled and some little self-tapping screws. I'm not really sure what is going on there. I think that's supposed to go like that. But we have to pull all this plastic off anyway.
Oh yeah, we got regulators to do.
Yes, we do. So, this plastic's been off once or twice before. You can see that it's been definitely worked over, and I can clean that up, which is nice. Well, I guess we need a, what is this, a regulator bolts look like a 12. Now we gotta get the window off the regulator. It's this 10. Looks like the window is free.
It's getting right off.
So I should probably tape this guy up into its spot for a minute.
I have no tape.
You don't have any automotive tape?
Nope, I just used the last of it.
Motor. Okay, so the top one doesn't have to come all the way out. The top one is a little keyhole.
Nice.
Yeah. So the motor is completely out. And now we just need to pull these 12s and we can have the regulator out. This is awesome. Like, this is early on good window technology, and I'm not one bit upset about that.
It all seems good.
Yeah. Except for that one I dropped. So we reevaluated for a second, and we do think the glass has to come out now, so we got this trim piece loose. There we go. Let that out. And now, I think the glass itself can come out. Very carefully. Man, this thing's been scratched up over the years. Wow, what a job. I guess be careful with this because there's probably not a lot of replacements, but we can clean it really well.
Yep.
That's nice. It's so easy now. Look at that. Okay, I said it's easy, but there's a chance it's not. Get the motor out. Get the assembly out. Success!
Jenga.
All right, look at that. Honestly, I think those clips all just broke, but the cable's all twisted up, and there's no saving those usually. New one going in. Careful. Careful. It's like in those old movies where they're like, steady.
It's like
steady.
It's like Operation.
Look at that, we did it. Nice. Okay, I'm covered in grease now. But I got it done, and I need the screws off the other regulator. Connector is all locked back in. Look at that. That's really cool that it retains the harness in there.
I like that.
The design is like nice, but it's overly complicated, which I think pretty much sums up this entire car.
Look at, yeah, I was gonna say, look at it.
It's such a cool design, but way overcomplicated. The soft pads that are supposed to protect the window, you can see they've destroyed the window there. And I went ahead, I took a bunch of alcohol and water and I just scrubbed them to death, and now they're kind of soft and fuzzy again instead of caked with mud. Hopefully that kind of prolongs how long these windows last, because I can't imagine. I'm sure you can replace them, but these are stock. And it would be terrible to lose the stock windows. I gotta say, in is a lot easier than out.
Yeah. It's nice.
It took forever to get this out. Look how rough those ones look.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go wash these out in the sink too. What do you think about these? I just washed them in your sink and I brushed them out and everything, and they're nice and soft now, so.
Did you clean my sink out?
No, I left the sink.
My kids eat out of the sink.
It's not that dirty, calm down. Okay, so we can put these back now, and I cleaned out all of these little brush things, that the little pads, and it should keep this window clean way longer. Hopefully it doesn't.
Scratch it.
Yeah, because it's just so scratched up. Okay, time to test it. Hopefully it works. This is where we see if all of our work paid off. Ah. Yes.
Amazing.
That runs very well. I got all the plastic back on. That's just a big time-consuming thing. And now we can put the door in. Now we can put the little armrest holder back in. And now you can use the car for what cars were intended for, which is going to the drive-thru to order food.
Yes. Thank you.
So let me plug these connectors back in. There is our light, and here is our switches. One door panel done. You getting the wrap off there?
Yeah, since we apparently didn't need it at all.
Now we have to thoroughly clean the glass. So I guess I could shut this guy real fast.
You know, unlocked.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this look nice.
John Ross locks the keys in it.
The keys are in it too.
Yes, that'd be funny.
It would not be funny. Then we have to like break the glass right after putting a new.
So, funny story real quick. When I was working on Tyler Hoover's Raptor, Thomas was detailing it.
Yeah.
And he decided to leave the keys in it and lock everything.
Oh.
So he checks both front doors and the back driver's door, and the back driver's door doesn't work, period.
Right.
But everything's locked, and I was just sitting there laughing. I was like, well, I guess you could call JR and get
Have
his,
me bring the lockpick kit?
Yep. But then I found out that the back passenger door was open.
Oh, so, amazing.
Yes.
Because you have to open that from the outside, right?
Yep.
I think that glass looks a lot better. And I gotta do something about that.
Yep.
Goo gone or something. New switches, new regulator, door panels on. Here we go. And the auto works. And there's script on the buttons. Let's see. Back. Other back. Pass. Oh, the passenger one works too.
Oh my God.
It was a bad switch on that side. Let's see if this works.
Wow.
Everything works now.
That's awesome.
We have fixed it. Okay, but I do think we still have to pull that door panel because speaker. Well, that was a great success. I guess I have a spare window regulator now, and we still have to pull the door apart.
Speaker time.
Speaker time. And let's go get a head unit and do a head unit install. This thing's gonna go straight into the future, having Bluetooth and aux in and all kinds of fancy stuff like that. I don't think this car was ready for that. So it'll fix. The other thing is the wires are all loose in here inside the radio cage laying there where it's all cut up, and they touch the cage and then short out, and they break the remote, the security system, and the clock, which is super annoying. I think it takes out cruise control. There's a whole bunch of stuff tied into this, the clock power. It's like the car-wide clock sync, because this is an antique and technology was wild back then. They wanted it to be technologically advanced, but it's not because it's not CAN bus. Huge mess. So there's like time sync from this clock run into all kinds of systems. And when the wires touch the radio cage at all, it blows the fuse and we lose all of it. So we definitely have to get this radio problem fixed. It's not really the fact that I need a radio. It's the fact that when you open the radio door, everything shorts out.
Plus you need a radio.
Plus you do need a radio. You know how everyone's saying, like, don't do anything on Friday the 13th with a full moon because you'll probably die. This wasn't too bad. All that happened was I cut my hand wide open. So it turns out the wiring in here is 15% less terrible than I thought. They left the factory harness intact, but I don't have the adapter, because when I looked the first time I was like, oh man, they cut every wire. What they did was slit every wire, slide the insulation back, and tap into them. And you can see that they're all covered in electrical tape there, and they taped over all their connections into the factory harness. I think what I'm gonna do is piggyback off what they did and then do it right with heat shrink. And then I want to leave the factory connector, and then if anybody ever needs to cut out my Pioneer connector, they can do that. Now we have to do this without dripping solder on any of these plastics. It shouldn't be too hard. And it's taking... Ah, beautiful solder joint. Get all of our heat shrink over all of our connections here, and we should be able to see if the receiver has power right now. Did we blow the clock fuse? Ah, it still works. Hey, look at that. We've got a receiver. Cool. Progress. Now for some speaker wires. If you guys have CEA standard wiring in here, it's just so easy to do. Otherwise, you got to dig up the wiring diagram and actually look, but this one is really easy because it's got CEA wire colors in there. Time for one more test. If you guys remember this receiver, it came out of the Can We Tear Down a Cavalier, and how long did that take? 1 hour or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a free receiver.
That's that one?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yep. And you have to not burn the plastics. All right, Zach's gonna just go for the gold with this heat shrinking. There. Yeah, pretty good. All right, this time we've got all the speaker wires in there. So I expect this will fire right up. It's there, just a little bit.
This one seems
that one does work, but it's scratchy. You can hear that one being scratchy. And I think I need to go back there and check all their connections. Oh, I wonder if it's the crossover network for the tweeters or something that's a little scratchy. It's better than nothing at all. It's time to retest. Look how much better all those connections look. Every single connection was taken apart and soldered and taped back. I hate to do that, but they let us keep the factory connector and make the whole wiring harness like super nice. So we'll give this a second. Hopefully it connects to my phone and we can play some music. It sounds way better already. We have a system. Now I need a pocket, and I don't have a DIN pocket, so I might just kind of slide this in there for now and then come back to it later once I have a DIN pocket to put in there the way I want, because I want the head unit to be right there and I want like a empty pocket to be right there, and I forgot to buy one. It was on my shopping list and I completely forgot that I needed one to make this look complete, but it looks really nice like that. Well, we did it. The SVX is wrapped. That's the last thing I wanted to do, was get some music in there so we could rock out while we drive it around. I'm gonna drive it probably one time with the music, and then one of my friends said he wants to buy it. So kind of whoever gets there first, if somebody wants to email me and buy it, that's fine. Or if Andrew wants it, that's fine. And maybe it'll have a pocket in here and be all put together, but I don't know. Either way though, it's got music now, and you've got a nice little Bluetooth head unit hiding in there, and it closes, it all disappears, looks stock. I'm happy with that. So windows work, trunk struts work, window switches work, head unit.
Door speakers. Door speakers,
yeah, that was awesome. So that's it. I think we fixed all the projects on the SVX. It could really use a detail. This thing is nasty inside, and it would be a very long detail. Maybe we'll get it over to Thomas, maybe we won't, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Oh, it goes
Flips upside down.
Delete, 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 delete. Okay, now it makes more sense. All right, let's get your lightsaber off the dash here. Like your lightsaber system.
Yeah, it's the ballest lightsaber system ever.
The ballest?
The ballest.